Okay, we have the necessary evil to business, which I do not like doing. I have delegated this over the years, which I really don't have the attention span anymore like I used to. So I'm going to go through this, and bearing if you're one of those people that are visionary or are not attention to detail, definitely focus on this thing in the beginning until you can build up a certain understanding and really get it to pass it on to somebody else. This stuff is sometimes it's basic. I mean, and also it could be something completely new to you, and it's something you've never experienced or dealt with. So we're going to run through this punch list, and most importantly, this is a turnover punch list for me internally to make sure that we have everything squared away for the CO inspection when the tenant comes in place. I mean, we're going to make sure utilities are still in, so we don't have to go through the whole nonsense of getting all the gas and utilities turned on. So we want to get in there, turn it over as quickly as possible, and get a tenant in. So first thing, always put the name of the person who goes out there. Second's the address. Then we're going to go through the utilities, test the gas. So we're going to it's a gas stove. We're going to turn on the stove, make sure it's on. It says it's on, circle yes. If it's off, no. Electric, water, same exact routine. Mind you, a lot of these tasks are extremely tedious, and you do need boots on the ground. So have someone that goes out there, has some competence of this, and usually older handymen who are on the fourth quarter of their life and are looking to do busy stuff to get out of the house. Perfect guys to send out here to do this thing. So I digress. So let me get back here. So new deadbolt installed on exterior doors. 100% get this done, even if it's a little, it may be an annoying expense. Get it done by a handyman. Have him do it while he walks with the punch list. Have him circle yes. I would also provide pictures as well from them. So ask them for pictures. 2 sets of keys made and labeled with the address and date. We have a key box where we like to store these. I would highly suggest doing the same thing. Have a key box, and it'll also give you a visualization and manifesting having more properties. I would do a key box between 50 to 100 little slots, so you can put them in there. 1 set turned into the office, which could be your house, your office, whatever, yes or no. 1 set in the lockbox, because you're going to put a lockbox on the door for your handyman or repair guy to go in there. All right, we're going to move through this. So the property is clean. So a scale of 1 to 10, 1 being really dirty, 10 being spotless. The goal is to really have someone circle this and do it correctly. If they do a 5, make sure there's an explanation next to a 5 of why it would be a 5. Do we need a dump trailer? Do we need a dumpster there? Is this something that we can have, the carpenters take and bag it? Find all those little details out, but make sure that this is explained from anything between the 1 through a 10 inside of it, what's going on. Does the carpet need to be cleaned, shampooed? Yes, no. If there's a yes, explain why. All right, so I'm gonna go, this is pretty detailed, so I'm gonna go high level, and you're gonna see how it plays out throughout the rest of the area. So we break each room down by the room. So if it's a kitchen, we call that a room. If it's a bathroom, it's a room. Living room, dining room, there's a Florida room, bedrooms, basement. Everything's a room. So the first thing we start is the kitchen. The stove, is it fully functioning? No missing parts, all cleaned? We will make sure all the appliances, the handyman will go through and test them to make sure everything is okay. If it's not, we will go back and make sure that all the little parts or pieces are put in and replaced. Countertops are properly caulked, checked for cracks and cleaned. Cabinets, repairs or replaced, needs touch-up paint. Do they need any latches, any hardware, anything specific, you can put in the comment section here. Highly suggest the more, the better, and sit down with your contractor or your handyman or the retired guy to explain this to him. You need it a specific way. Even shooting a video and telling them, hey, this needs to be detailed, written out in the comments. The flooring, is it wood, tile, carpet in the kitchen? Does it need to be repaired? Comments there, and what supplies are needed. Walls, All nail holes patch filled and painted as needed. Remove all unnecessary hardware and cleaned. Same thing here, pretty simple. There's going to be comments, supplies, and it's going to kind of be the same theme as we keep rolling through here. If there's a window in the kitchen, which there should be for the most part, does it open? Does it stay open? Does it lock? Are there screens in it? Is it damaged, undamaged? So you can read through this and see these are all the parts and pieces to get your turnover correct and all the details needed. Even if you're starting rehab, highly suggest having someone, especially with a background in repairs, a project manager that knows what he's looking at, going through this thing and making sure that they know every single step along the way is putting on a scope of work or a punch list or something for a person to go through, get it done. Then you can go back behind them and check off everything. So you're moving along through your process and your renovation. We have the ceiling. Is it patched, touch-up paint, painted without stains? Some people smoke in houses, so there's various things that can happen to the ceiling. The trim, baseboard, does it need to be touched up, painted, patched, replaced? Those are the different things you can put in the comments. Floor vents, something that gets missed at times. So the grills, where you have the HVAC ductwork coming through, they're typically, they could be something that you can just take out, spray paint them, clean them up, or if there isn't one, they put in the comment section. Kitchen electrical, how are the outlets? The GFCI outlet, is it working? Is it still within 6 inches of the water source? Fixtures, are they all properly working? Light fans, bulbs, does it need a light bulb? Does the fan still run? Does it work? Kitchen plumbing, faucets, fully functioning without leaks? Does it need to be repaired, sprayed? Does the sink work? Are the traps underneath properly functioning? Do we need to replace anything? All in the comment section. Living room, here we go, room by room. Now, there's not going to be a need to be a kitchen punch list or obviously a plumbing in most living rooms and dining rooms and things of that nature. However, in the bedroom, so it's going to be a lot quicker to run through those rooms. But living room, it's going to be the same theme as the bedrooms. How are the walls, floors, ceilings, vents, trim, windows? Living room, same thing. The bulbs and the fan, the light, outlets. Dining room, walls, floors, ceilings, floor vents, trim, window. Dining room electrical, same thing here. See how there's a repeat here. Like I said, this stuff could be boring. It's mind-numbing for me at times when I look at this stuff, but it's a necessary evil. If you're going to be around long enough, not even successful, if you're just around, you need to make sure that you have a game plan. There has to be the X's and O's in order to go out and execute this thing like a game. So this is very, very important to make sure you have something that you can hand over to someone and say, hey, I need you to do these things. All right. And it's easy as you going yourself or having a handyman going with you. Bedrooms. So there's usually bedroom 1, bedroom electrical, then bedroom 2. Then we do bedroom 2 electrical, bedroom 3, bedroom 3 electrical, bedroom 4. There's a bedroom 4, bedroom 4 electrical. We go through the doors, the smoke detectors. Does it need a new doorknob? Or the hinges on? Or all the little knick-knack things? Anything you think of, it is all laid out in this punch list. Okay. And then we go into the bathroom. Do the windows stay open and closed, just like every bedroom? Is the towel bar there? Do we need a new towel bar? Is it secured to the wall? The medicine cabinet, is it repaired? Is everything okay with it? Should we paint it? Does it need a new latch? The vanity, floor vents, walls, and ceiling. You see that appear a lot because every room is pretty much the same. They have walls, a ceiling, and a floor. Keep it simple and think of it simply. Don't overcomplicate this thing. The bathroom electrical and bathroom plumbing. Plumbing comes into play with the toilets. Is it properly bolted in? Does it need a new wax ring? These little things are one of those turnover punch lists to make sure the next tenant who comes in, it's nice and smooth. There's no complications, no problems. Okay. Then we do bathroom 2. One thing I want to make sure is extremely important is to not have any service calls. Okay, so service calls is the one thing that can completely eliminate your all your profits from having some major repairs, major things done. So always want to get this stuff done on the turnover. So when tenants are in place, I mean, when you're factoring in 5% of maintenance repairs, it's hopefully it's in the 5% window. The last thing you want is a massive like $8,000 furnace and a condenser changed out. It's a nightmare. So make sure you get this thing right on the turnover and not skimp. And by not skimping is really just making sure this thing is going through with a black light. Laundry room electrical, we're going to go through the laundry room, make sure there's just a hookup. We don't provide the washer dryers. It just becomes more of another thing. Service calls, repairs. Exterior, very important. What's the roof look like? How's the roof? What kind of shape's it in? Most contractors and guys who've been in this business for a while, they can tell you straight up where it's at, and you should be able to get an eye for it over time. The chimney, does it need to be repaired? Is it cracked? Are there any issues with the chimney? The yard, cleaned up debris. Does the house need to be power washed? Fix any loose wood, metal, bricks, concrete, anything that could possibly cause tripping, hazards, all of those things. Have them walk around the perimeter of the home. The window trim, is it painted? Does it need to be painted? Does it need capping, windows? The basic stuff, house ID number, is it visible from the street? Gutters, downspouts, and runoffs. Big thing about service calls. You get water in basements, especially in the Northeast. I would always ensure that there are extensions on the end of my gutters, downspouts, because water can compile if it's not graded properly, and it'll run back into the basement, into the house. It could destroy furnaces like it's done to me, because I was a bonehead and didn't pay attention to these little details. Or the hot water heater can go and be underwater because you didn't just put an extension or do a basic grading around the house. Make sure this stuff is looked at by a professional, and over time you'll be able to eyeball it and know if it's needed or not. Exterior electrical, make sure that the front, back, typically there's lights there and everything's in good shape. The electric meter, the make sure everything is running properly and it's not looks like it was chewed by a squirrel. I mean, if it's worn down, I would have it taken care of. If there's a garage, the electrical, basement electrical, this is important. So make sure professionals go through here, all the electric, everything, it looks neat. It's not a rat's nest. There's not a million wires everywhere. Typically, especially on the rehab side, you should get this done on the front end. So on the turnover, this is an easy inspection. The plumbing, it looks good. If you have old cast iron copper, if it's on its last life, I would suggest getting it done and taken care of. Don't just shark bite it and keep putting a Band-Aid on the wound. Just take it out and do PVC or PEX. The basement HVAC, is the furnace in good shape? How is it? If it's dying, if it's rattling like it's a 1950 truck, I would say think about replacing it if you have the finances to do so. Mailbox, is it present? How about the storm doors, screen doors? These are the little knick-knack things, all this stuff, right? So as you can see, the CO detectors, smokes, deadbolts, is there an anti-tip bracket on the range? All the miscellaneous things that you will learn and go over in time. Getting an overall condition of the electric, plumbing, cleanliness of the house. We're going to verify all the utilities are on again, because it's important to get a good runway to get started right away. And if this is winter only, to make sure water is shut off so there's nothing breaks and bursts over time. So this is really a great indicator for someone, like I said, who you have that has a personality type that likes details, attention to detail, and will be able to build out, follow up, and make sure it gets done in a timely manner. I am not the guy, believe me. I was the guy at one point. I don't know what happened to me over time, but it's not my forte anymore. So I could run through this. It is for somebody, believe me. There are people who enjoy this. They like breaking stones of a contractor. They will walk it with a fine-tooth comb and like that feeling of checking off a punch list item that was completed. and then they'll like chewing out somebody that they can't check out the punch list item. So get this in that person's hands, but understand it and at least be competent in these things, because the hardest thing to delegate ever in real estate is if you have no understanding. So get through this with your first 5 or 10 rental properties, and then pass it on to someone else. Shoot a video like this, be extremely detailed, and tell them exactly what you want, especially from a contractor standpoint. And you might have to shoot another video to your project manager or your project management team. Okay, so project manager, property manager is different, and then you also have a contractor or handyman. But good luck. Hopefully this was useful and it makes sense. But this is the way we got to go through a rehab turnover punch list.